Hello guys, let's see this problem Hackerrank called Structs. So actually Structs is nothing but a data structure in C++. So obviously if you are here, you kind of don't have an idea what structures are or structs are in C++. So, and one more thing, you need to know the difference between structs and classes. So actually if you see other languages like Java, C Sharp or any other language, then in those languages structs and classes both are different, but it is good that in C++ structs and classes are kind of the same. Actually they are not kind of, they are actually the same. Why am I saying this is because if you but there are some minor differences obviously, but the uses are basically same. So but the difference, one of the differences, we use structs for storing, for small data structures and classes for larger data structures. So for example, you want two coordinates like x coordinate and y coordinate, then you use structs for that. And classes also are the same. And if you don't know what classes are, I think you guys know it. So in classes we can store the variables, that is data members, and the member functions or the methods. So in the same way we can do the same thing in structs as well. So we can store data members, that is the variables, or the functions or the methods in structs, and classes both are the same in C++ only. Both contain methods and data members, as I told you before. There are obviously some syntactical differences, and the thing is there are some access modifiers like public, private, and protected. Protected we'll be talking about it when there comes inheritance and all. So private means you guys know that only the members of that class or the structure can get access to those methods or variables. And so the thing is, in why did I explain access modifiers? Because in struct, whatever the members are by default they are public. So if you don't change it explicitly, that is, you write private, then only you can set it to private. But otherwise, by default in structure, the members are public, and in class, the members are by default private. And then again, structures are essentially used to contain data like but smaller structure, like suppose x coordinate and y coordinate. In classes, we obviously can do many things, like we can store functions, we can store variables, we can use methods, functions, everything. We can do everything in it. And one more thing, you cannot initialize the data members inside the struct. Okay, this was just the brief explanation of what a structure is in C++ or the struct in C++. Now, this problem is actually really easy. I try to explain it well what I was supposed to do in this problem. Actually, if you see, we don't need all these libraries. We just need, we have to just include, hold on, yeah, we have to include IO stream, so that is input output stream, so that we can just get access to the, or basically take in the, so that we can use C in and C out. Otherwise, you'll have to use std and all. So that's fine. Now if you see this is getting red, it is showing me an error because we haven't defined it. They don't know what it is. So, and if you see, this is nothing, this whole step over here, in this statement I have created an object of the student class, right? If a student is the class, then st is the object. So instead of class, I'm going to create a struct called student. So struct student. And as I told you all, classes and structures both are the same. And one more thing, after this curly bracket or the brace, you have to use a semicolon. And now you see we are not getting any error over here, but we are getting error over here for the members. So if you see when you write object name, that is object dot, then you can get access to the variables or the functions inside of that object, or object to whom the class to whom the object belongs. So now basically this is not a class, now this is a structure or a struct. So that's why it simply means that age, first name, last name, and standard are nothing but the variables inside of it. So we are getting this error because inside this struct there is nothing that is defined. So simply we'll have to define the age, then we'll have to define the standard because both of them are integers. So yeah, I think that's all about it. And okay, hold on, age, standard, then I think first name and last name will be string. So string, not string buff, hold on. So string first name, first underscore name, and in the same way string last name. So last underscore name. So if you see we are not getting any error over here, then basically whenever we are creating the student object, this object is getting access to the age, that is we are taking the age, then the first name, then the last name, and then the standard, and it is simply printing out the age, first name, last name, and standard. So let us do one thing, let us run this code and see what happens. It is building it. I'll just increase, okay, it is ran. So first of all, the age, suppose we'll write anything like say 19. Then on the second line we can say any name like say Sam, and surname let us say Jones, and after that standard let us say 11th. And if you see, it is printing out the age, name, first name, last name, and the standard. That's what we are supposed to do in this problem. This problem is, I know it's really an easy one, but we are supposed to understand what a structure is in C++. So I think that is all about it. It should not give me an error. So that's all from my side. You can subscribe to our channel to get updates regarding new videos. That's all. See you and keep learning. Thank you.